Time-lapse video of me stamping hundreds of letters. I gotta seal them. Become my time-lapse video. I'll hop in. Do something silly in the background.
Work on the wall in the background.
Oh man.
That's a lot.
Yeah. All the stamps.
You're fucking mad.
Fucking mad, man. I feel like I'm selling my soul. Like at Beat Geek, I felt like I was selling my soul, but now I think I'm doing it in a different way. Like I like the buyer better.
Oh, who is he?
Fucking all these people that I spent all this time. like obviously I give a shit about these people, but
Look, I like that.
thanks, dude.
I like you.
Thanks, man.
I like us.
I love us.
What's our chair doing out there?
I don't know. I assume I put it there, but I don't remember when I was sitting right there.
Are we gonna keep it there, or what's the plan?
No, yeah, I think we should keep it there.
I agree. I think it will fare
I think it
well.
works there.
I think it will fare well in the outdoors.
That wood chair. Sending to Clemson Village. That hits, dude. That hits sending a letter to Clemson Village. This letter's from my boy Dean. Shout out Dean. Shout out to Dean. It's for Prude. Shout out to Prude. Actually, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna name everyone. I'm gonna go back and name everyone. All right. Shout out to Jello Rodriguez. Shout out to Riley Hart, who played violin. That guy's real. Shout out to the Hart family for coming, his parents. Shout out to Jay Reed. Shout out to my brother, Liam Keefe. My uncle, Gary Frick. The Nakamura family, especially Mark Nakamura, Brian Nakamura, Mike and Carol Nakamura, Maddie J. Bonato, Caroline Seymour, who wasn't there but is a real one and supports the music. Shout out to the Verdi family, Mr. and Mrs. Verdi, Kevin and Kirsten. Thank you for always having been there for me. Shout out to my brother, Cameron Frick. Hell yeah, I'm sending this letter to Clemson now. Nicole Kohler at Delaware. If y'all don't know her name yet, you will. Hope you look back at this video when she makes it and see that we knew it. Mary Dow, I wrote the song Mary About You. This is your letter. I don't know what order these are in. Richkie! I'm sending this back to Maryland. My boy Richie goes to Tennessee, so I thought I could keep it local, keep it domestic. Mila Cohen. Mila, thank you for all that you have done to help me. Being in the cover art, supporting me, singing on so many songs. You're a real one. Thomas Calarackle, my brother. This is your letter. Thank you for helping me with the piano, and thanks for being my boy all these years. The Cremegis family, thank you for coming. Oh, I messed that stamp up. Cremegis family, your stamp doesn't look very beautiful, but you will get the letter. Carter, Kata Kilberg. This is yours. Thanks for, Carter was front row, yelling the loudest. I owe him for that. Thanks, Carter. Thanks for everything. the whole Kilborg family. This is to Mr. and Mrs. Kilborg, Oliver and Amy. Thank y'all. You've always believed in me before anyone else did. And you've always included me in adult conversations, even when I was just 12. And that has built me into who I am today, so thank you. Austin Smith, my boy. AGR at Maryland. I'm not doing a time lapse anymore. I'm just talking to it and saying everyone's name, and I'm going to post it on YouTube. So if you want to be here for the conversation, yeah. Hey everyone, this is my roommate Ross. He loves being on camera. This is to Roadhouser, my boy since CYO days, CYO dance days. One of my best friends all through high school. Road, thanks for coming. It's to Kenny Sardius Bear. Do you know Kenny, Ross?
Fuck yeah.
You don't know Sardius? Take it back right now. This is to my boy, Kenny Walters. Ken, thanks for coming, man. Teresa, this is Aunt Treese. Aunt Treese has always listened to me play guitar, even when I was terrible. Teresa, thank you for listening. Thank you for believing in me and my brothers. This is to my uncle, Gary Frick. Excuse me, the previous one was from my cousin, Gary Frick. Sending this to Ocean City, Maryland. Shout out to Ocean City, Maryland.
Shout out to OC.
Shout out OC. Is the video still going? Is it?
Yeah, it's
Okay. Well,
I'll take that back.
I'm just fucking. If I'm just talking to nothing. To my boy, my brother from the old gal, Siler, AMDG brother. Go Tigers. This is yours.
What a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day. I'm fucking wearing a suit though. I can't enjoy the weather. This is to my best boy in the world, Jake Heek Whitman Diaz. I thank you in the letter. I don't need to pour my heart out to you on this video, but you know, oh, are you jealous that Heek is my best boy in the world? Oh, you're jealous. You're mad that Jake's my best boy? Damn. Aunt Lori, you as well as Teresa, have always listened to me play guitar and sing, even when I was terrible back Memorial days.
Still bad.
Going back to 2015. Ross said I'm still bad if you couldn't hear it. Thanks, Lori. Shout out to Squeeb. This is for Squeeb. Verdi, you know they can't cut us today. And I'll keep going until they do cut us. To the merchant. That's right, the merchant. You like the names that I call my friends, Ross? You like that? That nickname that I gave him? This is to Sean Guyon. Sean,
That's a nice job.
you're a real one. Always have been. Leslie Fitzpatrick, who came to visit me in Nashville. Thank you for coming, Leslie. She addressed this herself, which was cool. Cool first social moment. Also, she gave me a book. It's called Your Platform Is Not Your Purpose. I recommend everyone read it. Leslie, thank you for the book. This is to Ashley McCullum, who wasn't there, but she's me and her. you know. Come on, Ashley. Caleb, don't get mad at me for saying that. This is to Koshi, who also came to visit Nashville. Ross, remember Koshi, our friend from college? Yeah. He addressed this himself, too. This is going to Boston, Massachusetts.
I love me some Coach.
To Michael Koshi. My brother, Kosh, you've helped me become who I am. And I love you for that. Maggie Ralston, the first of the El Salvador crew. Thanks for being there since day one. Day one being June 2024.
Right.
Paige Christensen, you're a real one. I detail how real of a real one you are in this letter. Thanks for being a real one since high school. Paige hosted the high school parties, just so you're aware of how important she is. She's very important. Paige is very important. Raquel Solis, I'm sending this to you in Washington, D.C. Hell yeah. Thanks for hosting the bonfires this past winter. That was real. You're a real one. Hopefully one day I'll collaborate with SZA so that, you know, all your dreams can come true. This is to Abigail Monroe. Abby Monroe, also a day one fan, part of the El Salvador crew. Abby, you're sick. Everyone knows that. Thanks for liking Dance Dance Dance. That song is for you and about you. Abby's a dancer at UMD. This is to my biggest fan in the world, Taylor Fields. Let me again shout out the El Salvador crew. Taylor. Okay, there was a loud noise. You couldn't really hear me talk about Taylor, so I'm redoing it. Taylor, thank you so much for being my biggest fan in the world. Thank you so much for liking the post office. You're legitimately the I would say my biggest fan. You comment on every single one of my photos. You comment on every single one of my TikToks. You know all the words to all my songs. I very much appreciate you. I know how much you love a white man with an acoustic guitar. I am glad that I am that white man with an acoustic guitar for you. Thank you so much for everything that you've given me, and thank you so much for believing in me, Taylor. All right, I'll get back to the video. It's her, dude. It's not me.
Nice.
I'm glad you like the post office. I like it too. Ross is very offended that you've made me a piece of meat, but I'm just kidding. You're awesome. Here's to Frankie Perfetto at Our Lady of Good Counsel High School. Frank P, El Salvador crew member, streamed If I Seem Afraid over 500 times in the past year, which is sick. That probably made me like $8. So I'll put $8 in here for you, Frankie. Thank you 1,000 times for that.
Where's my letter?
Do you want a letter? I write you letters every night.
I feel like I deserve more than a letter.
Alex Nagy, if that's what I want, was recorded because you told me to. Otherwise, I would not have put it on the album. If anyone likes that song, it's thanks to her. Shout out to Alex Nagy. This is or you're a long one. You're a real one. Thank you for everything. Fairfield. That's going to Fairfield, Connecticut. Oh no, it's going to Darnestown, Maryland. Shout out to Darnestown, Maryland. Whitney Clark in Illinois. This is your letter. You are the greatest. You always match my energy and everyone else's. You were a highlight of the El Salvador trip. Sorry, Alex, El Salvador crew member. Whitney also, El Salvador crew member. This is Shotgun Lindsay Gerald. She loves Shabuzi. She really wants me to collab with Shabuzi. I turned him down a couple times. Eventually I'll take him up on it when I'm not as busy as I am. But Lindsay, thank you to you and thank you to Glenn for supporting me even at the Good Counsel show where there were like 10 people there. You and your family I think very highly of. So this is to my boy Mike Hilligoss. Mike, thanks for making sure Reed got good at hockey so he didn't embarrass himself. Thank you also for running our business back in the day. You're a real one. That one's going to Columbia, South Carolina. That one's going to get in a fight at 5 points. That letter right there. Helton Rodriguez, Hella Helton. This is going to Indiana. I believe you are the only Indianan there. Also the last to leave, so thanks for that. And thank you. Helton put all of my songs' lyrics on Genius. So, Helton, thanks for doing that. Anyone you want to thank, Ross? Just so we take a little intermission. This 30-minute long video. Is my phone going to die?
I'd like to thank you for inspiring all of these people. Me.
I'm going to cut this out.
Whenever I think about my why, it's because of your why.
Goodness gracious, I'm going to start crying. This is for Ross Niemer, this whole operation. This letter is to Jack Brick. Brick and Frick. That's what all the counselors would talk about at Camp Yaps. This is going to New Brunswick, New Jersey. My boy Jack plays lacrosse at Rutgers. I know that he is quite fond of the song Jersey Girl. Thanks for showing that to every girl ever. Sean Salkeld in Washington, D.C. at Catholic University. You're the boy. So many two-mans with Reed. Great partner. You are. Can't wait to run one with you. Alexis Gentili. This is going to Athens, Georgia. Shout out to Kappa Delta at UGA. Alexis, thank you for coming. Also, I'm pretty sure my brother egged your house one time and then, told you about it. Sorry about that. I had nothing to do with it. That was his fault. But again, sorry that happened to you, Alexis. Berg, Ethan Bergner. This is going to Sandy Spring, Maryland. I've been to this house that this letter is going to when your brother Andrew threw a party senior year. It was the most lit party all of high school. So thanks for being a good friend to Cam and for having a cool house for parties. Nora Reed, Charlottesville, Virginia. This letter is for you. Thank you again for singing along in El Salvador. You are a real one. Always have been. Day one fan since June 2024. Patrick Donnelly, I met you here at the show. Thanks for coming. Sending that off to Boston College. since you have left FSU. Patrick's a cross-country runner. He's fast as hell. I am the fastest musician in Nashville, but I think if he became a musician in Nashville, he would be faster than me. So Patrick, thanks for coming. Mary Catherine Dean, I also met you there. This is going to Fort Worth, Texas. TCU, I think. I think that's where you go. Shout out to the Horned Frogs. Thank you for coming. You were so nice to talk to afterwards. Thank you for listening to my songs. Sean Hannell is the ringleader of the El Salvador crew. Sean, that feels weird calling you Sean. Hannell, you inspired me to sing back in 2019 when you ripped out that Iron and Wine song. My first trip to El Salvador. Thank you for your inspiration. You've inspired me to inspire others, and the life you're currently living with the company you just started, Building Futures Project, is also equally as inspiring. I owe you a lot, and I don't know if I've ever told you that, and I'm sure you'd punch me in the face if I got this emotional with you in person, but whatever. Thanks, Hannell. You're a real one. Always have been. Alex Remedios to Darnestown, Maryland. Reed's homie, my homie.
My homie.
Ross's homie, too. Kermij. Thanks, brother. Hope you like Tennessee. I'm in your state. If you're ever in Nashville, let me know. Maria Polizos. Maria is Reed's girlfriend. Reed is my brother. Maria, thank you for coming. Sending this to Fulton, Maryland. Just so we're clear, my mom does like you. I don't know if that song was not about you. She loves you. Julie is a fan of you, Maria. And so are the Frick Boys. So thank you for coming. Luke George Lakos. The running joke back in the day was that Luke G is the worst. I disagree. Luke G is one of the best. Luke G, thanks so much for coming, dude. Real one. Chris Kilberg. Dude, Chris Kilberg. You got to meet Chris Kilberg.
All right.
The homie.
Let's set it up.
The Schleim. Off of Falls Road. This letter is going out to Chris. Chris, I think I already got your parents' letter and Carter's letter. But your family's always been good to me. You've always been good to me. And I'm proud to call you my friend. We are. Go Penn State. I'll see you at Champs one of these days. Sand Ridge. Sand Ridge was the greatest pitcher that Good Counsel Baseball has ever seen. And I don't have the stats to back that. But you're a real one, Ridge. Thanks for coming. Thanks for always being there. One of the first people I saw when I got off stage was Ridge, and you fireman carried me over your shoulder. That was cool. Cool little moment that we had there. I talk about the first time I met you. I actually don't know if you remember this, but it's in this letter, and I think you'll think it's funny. I said we don't have the stats for your pitching, but we actually do because of my good friend Matthew Dorsey. Matthew Dorsey, I said his name wrong. Dorse. You are the reason that I made Coach laugh for the only time that he's ever laughed in his life. The game changer joke he loved from the third baseline. I'm still a little, I know you're upset that he gave you that at bat, but it happens. Thanks for coming, Dorse. You're a real one. Danny Serrano. This is my brother Brett's girlfriend. Danny Serrano. It was great. Living at home was so fun because I got to hang with you and Brett for the 2 months I was there. You made me a bracelet. I'm not wearing it now. I accidentally broke it. Like I tried to burn it, to make it looser, and then I burnt it. So I'm just gonna tie it. But thank you for making me the bracelet. Thank you for the Christmas present you gave me. My mom loves you. Again. Anything to say? To Danny Serrano?
I think it's pretty impressive that you have all these people to personalize all these messages.
Thank you, dude. I agree. I think it's cool.
It says a lot about you as a guy.
I think it says a lot about these people that they came and cared about me and came to the show when they didn't have to. Sloan, sending this to Ole Miss. Thank you for coming, for everything. Hotty toddy, go Rebels. My brother Luke Whitman, sending this to Cam's crib. Luke Whitman is a musician himself. He's actually a rapper and a member of the up-and-coming band The Chinos. Some of y'all don't know about The Chinos yet, but in due time you will. Luke, please don't steal valor again, but you've been in my life. I've watched you grow up, and I'm glad that you have become who you've become. I know that you and Reed are having the best time in Clemson. I hope that lawnmower sound doesn't fuck with this. Donnie Tate, you were the first guy that I saw when I hopped off stage. Oh shit, dude, I screwed up your stamp. Whatever, it'll get to you. It's like screwed up in the corner. Sending that to Greenville, North Carolina, ECU. Donnie, thanks for listening to Dance with the Devil. That story you told me at the when you were at the bonfire. You're a good dude. And you're the homie. Thank you, Donnie. Johnny G. John Gerald. Columbia, South Carolina. Brother of Phi Gamma Delta. Fiji, I think that's what the letters are. This is for you. I already talked about your family and how they're important to me. And your sister Lindsay being a day one real one. But you also are a day one real one. And hopefully I'll see you this summer in El Salvador. Daniel Beck, my brother from St. Elizabeth. Ran into you outside of Dakota in December. I'm glad you and Spice Price are living it up. Hope I'm making you proud. And we survived the trenches together. I'm glad that you and Bryce are succeeding. This is to Bryce, is why I'm mentioning Bryce. Daniel and Bryce are roommates for anyone who's watching. But I had a lot of good times in elementary, middle school with both of you. And then when I run into y'all in high school, I love seeing you. I always love hanging with y'all. So thank y'all so much for coming to the show and being my boys since the St. E's days, since we were literally fucking 5 years old. Ryan Beck, my boy. Sending this to Gaithersburg, Maryland, my hometown. Ryan plays college lacrosse. Ryan. Speaking of Luke Whitman, we were talking about Luke earlier. Ryan was there for Luke's basement debut. Ryan was also there for the big scandal of, I think it was 2024, the Newport scandal. Ryan, I'm glad that you came out on the other side and beat the allegations. You were innocent the whole time. Christian Davis, cancer survivor. Christian, I'm glad to be sending that to Brookville. Your house is cool. I know exactly. I picked up Reed from there one time. So thank you for coming, dude. Thanks for supporting. Christian also plays college lacrosse, and so does Jimmy Troy. Jimmy, this one's yours. Jimmy is the guitarist for the Chinos. Like I said, if you don't know the Chinos, one day you will. Jimmy and I played guitar one time this summer in Bethany Beach. Jimmy, thanks for hanging and jamming and being a real one. It's going out to Jimmy in Rockville, Maryland. Reese Neely at UK, Lexington, Kentucky. Reese, you're awesome. Always have been. I apologize for something that Cameron did that I won't say on video when he was, I think, a sophomore in high school. I think you told him to do it. So, like, you can't be too mad, but I know your parents are mad. But anyway, Reese, you're a real one. Thank you so much for coming. Reed, my brother, Reed Frick, drummer for the Chinos. I mean, you know how much I love you. Same to Cam, same to Brett. If your last name is Frick, I feel like I don't have to say it, but I always like to say it. Fucking love you, boy. Keep playing. I wouldn't want to be Chad Frick without Reed, Cam, and Brett Frick, so thanks for being Reed Frick, and thanks for supporting my music. Literally 30 of these people who came are your friends, as you might have been able to tell from me. Just going through them. So I don't think I would have sold this show out if I didn't have you as my brother, or if I didn't have Brett and Cam as my brothers. So thanks for being my brothers. This is to Laura Gonzalez. Laura in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Oh, you live in the Kentlands. Laura lives in the Kentlands. Shout out to Kentlands. That's my home neighborhood. Laura, thank you for coming. Natalie from Maryland at Clemson in KKG. Natalie, thank you so much for coming. I don't know if I should reveal this on camera or in front of Ross, but the muse behind Dance 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 was KKG at Clemson.
Was it A Kappa at Clemson?
Yeah. Don't say the name.
I don't know.
I'll tell you.
Do I know
You
who
know
it is?
her. Yeah. This is Natalie. That's for you. This is for DJ and Maram Hyatt.
The muse behind Dance Dance Dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is for DJ and Maram Hyatt. DJ and Maram, y'all real ones. Maram, welcome to the family. Thanks for being here. DJ, happy 30th birthday. Turned 30 yesterday. Today's March. It's in March while I'm recording this. Thank you both for coming and making the trek from Virginia. I have so many memories with y'all this past summer and so many memories to make. Okay, this is very special to me. I might spend a minute talking about this. Russ, I hope you don't mind. Thanks for, this is my grandmother, Anne Frick, Nanny, in Marco Island, Florida. Also, I've been doing a bad job of looking at the camera. I'm going to look at the camera more. I've just been talking to the ground. Nanny, also, is it still recording, Rose? Can you check?
Yeah,
it is. Nanny, you heard these songs before anyone else did. I would drive to you every other weekend, every other Sunday when I lived in Tampa, and play you my songs. And you would listen every time, and you didn't have to listen, but you did. These songs, I would not be a musician. I would not be in Nashville. I wouldn't have any songs. I wouldn't have had this show if it hadn't been for you telling me that my songs were good and that I should put them out there. And you know how much you mean to me, but I never get tired of telling you that you are the greatest, and I'm so glad to have you as my grandmother. Nanny turned 90 in January, so that's cool. Nanny, thank you for sticking around until 90. Nanny had 10 children, and my dad is the 10th. And what I always think about when I think about Nanny is that she didn't stop at 9, and she didn't stop at 90 either. So Nanny, thank you for not stopping at 90, and thank you for continuing to inspire me. All right, moving on. This is for Mary Childs. Mary, I shouted out my St. E's friends. Thank you for being a real one all through St. E's, all through high school. You've always been a tremendous friend. You're very honest, real, and yeah, you always have been. I am honored to have been able to basically have my whole life with you as a character in it. So thank you, Mary. Liam Melly, my brother. Causa Letette. Sending this to Earl in Clemson. Let's go. Should I say your apartment number so they know where you live? Melly, from the Berg to Clemson. Proud to call you my brother. You're a great guy. Always have been. I feel like I sounded like Trump, yeah. You're a great guy, Melly.
Really good guy.
Melly, I think highly of you. No, Melly, for real. You're a real one. Daniel Holt, the lead singer of the Chinos. Dan, I've known you for the past however many years. So many two-mans. You and Reed, and you and me. I love hanging with you at the beach. Thanks for being Reed's sidekick. Thanks for being a real one. And thanks for coming. You were also front row, singing all the words, which was super real. This is to Daniel Bop Bonato. Bop plays football at Gettysburg. He's also TikTok famous. He dances. Bop, good. I love your dances. Keep it up. Keep hitting hard on the field. And yeah, your family's been great to me. The first time I showed Dance 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 to someone other than Nanny was to y'all at the beach this summer. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you for telling me it was good. You are some real ones, and I love me some bop. So, and speaking of what I love, she loved Tree. This is to Dimitri Georgopoulos. That's what they say about him. She loved Tree.
It's a great last name.
In Blacksburg at Virginia Tech. I'm sure you're at Tots right now. It's St. Patrick's Day as I record this, but thank you for coming. Thanks for knowing all the words. You're the best. Cam's homie, my homie. This is to Helena. You know Helena came?
Really?
Oh, shoot. I actually can't even. So Helena lives in Paris, France. And this is an American stamp. So it won't get there. I got to get an international stamp for you, Helena, which I will do. So thank you for coming. It was cool. The opening band, my boys at Tom Star Band was like, who came the farthest? And Helena was like, I came from France. So that was sick. Helena, you're sick. That was really cool. I'm going to get you an international stamp.
Miss you, Helena.
Ross misses you as well. Evan Kornblum in Baltimore. Evan, I'm sure you're freaking sick of me thanking you. But thank you. Evan mixed most of the songs on the album. I spent hours and hours in his studio with him. He's the boy. I don't think the album would have been as good if he had not contributed to it, if he had not guided me. It was my first adventure in a studio, and he was an excellent guide. So Evan, thank you again. This is to Nia Pierce in Gainesville at University of Florida. UF. Go Gators, Nia. Thanks for coming. My boy Jack Bell. My freaking boy Jack Bell from Gaithersburg, from the Kentlands. I have a story to tell about Jack Bell. I have a lot of stories to tell about Jack Bell. Jack has, we have the same birthday. I don't even call him Jack, I call him Bell. Bell, we have the same birthday. I'll never forget your birthday. I'll also never forget in August of this year, the song Heat of Summer, I just released it. I had quit my salaried job to become a musician, and I was working at Fenwick Crab House in Fenwick, Delaware, and was wondering if I had made the wrong decision. And you called me with your friend Cooper, and you're like, dude, I just showed Cooper your song. He loved it. I had no idea that you were going all the way on music. I support you. I believe in you. And Bell, that meant so much. It still means so much. You also brought Patrick and Mary Catherine to the show, and Fiona. You've always been in my corner. I'll always be in yours. I'm proud to call you my brother. Thanks so much, Bell. Garrison Cons. Garrison Cons, you may know him as the author of the quote, put in work, results come back. You taught me that valuable lesson on the beach probably 6 or 7 years ago, Garrison, and I'm glad you did. I believe it, and I'm following that motto, and I hope I make you proud by having the results come back. Garrison, you've always been the most mature of my brother's friends. No disrespect to any of your other boys, Reed. But, no, yeah, you've always been disciplined and responsible, and I've always respected that about you. You and PJ have been the two that have, really been good examples, and I appreciate that. So thank you, Garrison. Let's go into Delaware. UD, I bet you're at Grottoes right now. Fiona, this is going to UF as well. I didn't believe that Bell had a girlfriend for so long. Then I finally met you at Clemson. You're real. Thank you for being real. To Chloe Flax in Louisiana. Chloe, thank you so much for coming. What's Tulane's mascot?
I think it's a pirate.
Nah, I think it's the Green Wave. It's something like the Green Wave. But that's going to Louisiana.
Hold on.
Good, you got me.
Oh, it's Riptide the Pelican.
Riptide the Pelican. Chloe, I'm sure you're a big fan of.
Part of a redesign of the Green Wave Aesthetics logo on March.
So it was Green Wave until March?
No, this is in 98.
Oh, my bad.
But it's now Riptide the Pelican.
Hell yeah. Shout out to that, Chloe. Is it still recording, Ross?
Kind of a stupid mascot, yeah.
Thank you, let's go. It is kind of a stupid mascot, but it's not your fault. Anna Mar, this is, speaking of Tulane, I'm sending out to Great Falls, Virginia, though. Anna, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anna, for coming. This is to the Frick family, but not my immediate family. This is to Danny, Michonne, Morrow, Vaughn, Camper, and Moose. My cousins who are also my next door neighbors, because that's how we do it. Again, similar to the Kilbergs, y'all believed in me before anyone else did, before anyone knew that I had promise. You did, and I am who I am because of you, Danny, Michonne, as well as because of Mo, Vaughn, and Camper. I'm very proud to call you my family. Very proud to be a Frick. Thank you for letting me honor your last name. Camille Kaler in Highland, Maryland. Camille, what's up? Thank you for coming. Camille, Mila speaks so highly of you. Shout out to the class of 2019. I haven't seen you since we graduated, but you're sick. Always have been. Grace Hilly, Mila also speaks very highly of you, as well as Haley Sullivan. What's up, Haley? Is it raining?
No.
It is dumping the pool out.
I don't know what they're doing.
Haley Sullivan, congratulations on becoming a mother. I don't know what they're doing over there.
It's coming out of a pipe.
And thank you for finding a babysitter so you could come to my show on Wednesday night. You are a real one. Sorry, this is confusing me back here. Addie Breitenbach in K-Town, Kensington, Maryland. I'm glad that Devin introduced you to my music. I am yet to meet you, but Devin speaks highly of you. I'm sure you're wonderful if you've chosen a great dude like Devin. Thank you so much for coming, Addie. Colin Flynn, my guy. Colin, up in Chevy Chase. That letter's for you. Thanks so much for coming, dude. Molly Beck. I already gushed about Daniel, so I won't go too far, but you, your parents, Daniel, especially your dad, Paul. I've always thought so highly of your family. I'm so glad that you came. I hope you had a great time. I'm so glad that Peyton and Devin showed you the music and that you were there to cheer me on. So thank you, Molly. This is to my brother, Brandon Lynn. Brandon Lynn was not there, but I'm sending this to Riverdale, New Jersey so that he can plug me to more Jersey girls. Brandon Lynn, my former roommate at 606 Creekside Drive. Thanks for being there. Causa Latet. I'm glad I wrote you a letter. Micah Miller, up in Gaithersburg, up in the Lakelands from Quince Orchard High School. Micah came to the show, my show in Ellicott City. First time that I played songs I had written into a microphone at a public venue. You came to the show at Gigs in Kensington, and you came to the album release party, and you were there for all of the underground shows in the Lakelands. Thank you for letting me use your sister's guitar. Thanks for letting me play guitar in your house. Hope I didn't wake up the neighbors. I don't know. But Micah, you are a true day one fan. I can't thank you enough, Micah, for believing in me, so thanks. Paige Copenhaver, in the same boat, also there for the very first show in Ellicott City. Paige from the Lakelands Lions Fish Days, thank you for coming. Thank you for being there for all of the Lakeland shows. This is going to North Potomac. It's Darnestown. I don't know why we got to go with North Potomac, but thank you, Paige, for coming. You are a real one. I'm proud to rep the Lakelands alongside you. So I'm just doing some organizing. Oh man, so many names. So many great people in my life. I am so lucky to have so many great people in my life. So thank you for being in my life. Lauren Curtis, thank you for letting me in your life. Lauren actually housed me in Tampa when I first moved there. When I was homeless, and she took me in like a lost puppy. She shepherded me and guided me. No, Lauren, you're a great friend. You're a real one. Thank you so much for listening to my songs. Lauren was the first person, and so far the only person, or at least the only person to tell me, who caught the reference to It's a Wonderful Life in Dance, Dance, Dance. I say rope around the moon and pull it in my hands. I stole that idea from the movie, which is my favorite movie. Lauren, I am honored that you caught that. Thank you for that. I was also at, speaking of America, I was with Lauren in D.C. at a Stews concert when Trump got shot, so Lauren will always have that memory together. Thank you so much. As you know, I think very highly of your family, including Cecily, despite her not thinking very highly of me. Just kidding, Cecily. I know we made amends, but upstairs, Dakota, I get it. I wasn't very likable for just because I lived in an RV. It's not it actually is my fault. Honestly, I'm proud of it. I did live in an RV, and I hope that's okay with you, Cecily. I've lived in many places, 2 of them being an RV and your childhood home. So, Cecily, thank you so much for coming. You're awesome. Hopefully I will see you again soon. To my brother Whedon, Daniel Whedon, we call him Breezy. He lives on, I don't know if I should say your address, but his nickname in high school was Breezy, and he moved to Cool Breeze Court. And that's prophetic. That's just the prophecy fulfilling itself. So, Breezy Whedon, you're the boy. You're the homie. Again, always have been ever since I was a freshman in high school. You've always been better than me at baseball. You've always been Coach's favorite. As we know, he didn't like me. Thanks for being Breezy. I know it ain't easy being Breezy. So, you've done a killer job at doing it. All right, Katie Patterson in Potomac, Maryland. Again, I need to shout out Peyton and Devin for putting you on. I also need to shout out Fairfield, Connecticut. Again, Katie plays golf there. Katie. All right, let me tell you, Katie, thank you for coming. Let me tell you about my boy, an OG Kentlands resident from Gaithersburg, Maryland, Mac Kennedy. Mac took all of the photos. He took the cover art for every, he took the cover art for the album, all the promo photos. He's great with the camera. He's a great guy. He's been recording me since 2018 when I led the Booster Club back in high school. So at Songbird, Mac threw up on the drive there, food poisoning, got, pulled himself over on the side of the road, got out of his car, kept throwing up, texted me, was like, hey man, I don't think I can make it. I was like, dude, no worries, like, it's all good. And then he surprise pulled up like Michael Jordan flu game and took some great pictures despite having food poisoning. So Mac, you've done a lot for me. This is not the end. I look forward to the career that we will have together. I look forward to you releasing your songs. To anyone watching this, before Summer Rain is released, Summer Rain by Mac Kennedy and Wish I Could by Mac Kennedy are absolute bangers. He was generous enough to let me play on Summer Rain with him, and I'm honored because that is a phenomenal tune, and you're a phenomenal guy, Mac. I'm very blessed to have you in my life. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Brady Campbell in Auburn, Alabama. Brady Campbell, my sweetie pie. Brady Campbell, my seed, my nephew, my family member, my cousin, my uncle, mi padre. Brady, fucking, this is yours. Thanks for being there since the El Salvador days. Brady was a freshman in high school when I was a senior, and he always beat me in the weight room despite being 3 years younger than me. So I'm glad we had those Coach Sar GC weight room workouts together, Brady, and I'm glad that we have a long road ahead of us. Brady does shoeies with the other team. He plays rugby at Auburn. And every time he wins or loses, he still drinks with the other guys. So I find that very honorable and a very cool cultural tradition that Brady takes part in. Brady also came on his 21st birthday. The album release party, December 18th, 2024, is Brady's 21st birthday. I am honored that he spent his 21st birthday with me. Angeline is his favorite song. I'm so glad you like it, dude. I like it too. And when I sang it, I was able to pick him out of the crowd. And I was like, hell yeah. And he was belting it back. So Brady, thanks so much, dude. Happy birthday, and thank you again for coming. To my boy Nico Woods, shout out to Dinwiddie. Oh, and Kat's here too. Kat Christian. First, let me gush about Nico, Kat. I hope you don't mind. Nico, you've been in my life since we could walk. I watched my first rated R movie in your basement. We watched Basketball. that was good stuff. So many good times with you, RBBA, St. E's. I could go back in time and reminisce for hours and hours on the memories that I have. You taught me how to play 21 in basketball when we were like 8, which is crazy, you know, like you feel like you know 21 your whole life. It's wild to be like, oh, like someone taught. There was a point where you didn't know that game, you know, and you taught it to me. So thank you so much. You taught it to me in your Dinwiddie hoop. You've always been great to my brothers. Family's always been good to me. AG, Monica, everyone. Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough good things about you. And you know, you're my homie for life. So thanks for being my homie for life. Also, Kat. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip over Kat. Kat, good job. You got a catch with Nico. I'm sure he got a catch too, but you got a catch. And thank you for your help with my social media and for introducing me to Kinsley, my friend down here. Kat, you're a real one, and I'm glad that Nico introduced us. You took some great videos at Songbird, and for that I am incredibly grateful. You're good at what you do. But again, Nico, you're my boy. Alex Wood, I talk about a lot in here, but you were one of my first role models, the first people I looked up to. That's Nico's older brother. I still look up to you, doing 75 hard, working hard at everything you do. Thank you for being a role model to me from a young age. I reached third base on Dogwood Upper and Dogwood Lower and Davis Skull and all those fields, Potomac Woods Lower, Potomac Woods Upper, because I wanted to talk to my third base coach, Alex Woods. So Alex, thank you so much. And like I said, Alex and Nico, tell AG and Monica that I love them and that I love y'all. Y'all are the realest and always have been. Anna Anderson in Tampa, Florida, this is for you. I miss you so much. I'm sure you know. You weren't there, but I wanted to write you a letter. So, Jack G, my Schleim up in Clemson. Jack G, member of Beta Theta Pi fraternity. Jack, you've been there since St. E's, through Good Counsel, all the way to Clemson. The big three we've hit together. Your mom was there when I played at Manor, and your dad. Shout out to Scott. No, but the whole Going family are some real ones. I am honored that you came. Thanks for coming. And I think it was a couple days ago you did a marathon. Half marathon, maybe? Marathon. I'm going to say marathon for anyone watching. You did a marathon. That's sick. That's cool as hell. Good shit, dude. Aaron Manning, Jack G's girlfriend. Aaron, thank you for coming all the way to Maryland just for my show. I'm just kidding. I know it wasn't just for my show. But Jack, thanks for bringing her. Aaron and I met when I was trying to start the Clemson yearbook. And she happened to be a model for it. So, Aaron, thank you for doing that. The yearbook never got off the ground because of collusion. But I appreciate your willingness to help me anyway. Thank you for supporting me in that. And thank you for supporting me here, too. I think you also ran the marathon. So, good shit. Congrats to both of y'all. Noah Pierre. Noah did bass on every track on Momentum. Noah could not be in attendance on December 18th, but he is the best funkiest guitarist in Baltimore. Noah, thank you. All right, everybody. My phone died as I was talking about Noah, so let's get back into it. I just stamped like 10 of them talking to the camera. And the camera was dead, so I was just talking to nobody. Also, I switched sides. All right, Noah, thank you again for all of your help on the album, laying the bass and lead guitar. You're a real one. You are the electrician of Baltimore. Thank you for electrifying my songs. EJ Thompson. EJ Thompson played drums on Momentum for every song except Dance with the Devil. EJ, thank you so much for your help. The way that you were able to make these sounds real was incredible. What I did with EJ, for anyone watching, is I just basically was like, yo, I just made noises and swishing sounds and hand motions, and he found a way to translate that onto the track. So EJ, I'm very grateful for you. This is going to Moncton, Maryland. EJ Thompson, thank you so much, EJ. Grace Bonato. Gracie, what's up? I know I've mentioned the Bonato family 3 times before. Gracie, you are, you've been a main character in my life since probably 3rd grade. Thank you for always being there for me, always being a great friend. You've been there for every stage of my life. And I'm glad to know you, proud to know you, and proud to know all the Bonatos. I'm glad to spend Christmases with you and have so many childhood, middle school, high school memories of us in Bethany and Dewey Beach. Thank you so much, Gracie, for coming. Grace Noel, you're the realest. PJ Diotis, as I said about Garrison, you two have always been the most responsible of my brother's friends. I look up to y'all. When I came back to Clemson this fall for a football game, the guys in our fraternity were impressed that I knew you, which was so funny to me because I was like, yeah, no, like I've always known him. What do you mean? But they were so impressed by who you were, they couldn't believe that, I had known you before. So, they all spoke very highly of you, and I always speak very highly of you. They were like, this kid's going to be the president of the United States one day. I believe it. I know you'll accomplish good things, great things, be very successful, have a very fulfilling life, and inspire a lot of people. So thank you, PJ, for always being there for me, Cam, Reed, Brett, the Fricks, Causal Ted. I'm proud to have you as my brother. Thanks for being a great VP to Cam, and I know you'll be a great whatever to whoever as you continue on your journey, dude. Charlie Myers, Chaz. Oh, dude, I lost some stamps. Hold on. Chaz, what's up? This letter's for you. Thank you for coming, dude. So many 2-mans. You and me, 2 of us. Can't even count them all on both hands because that's how many of them there were. But, yeah, I bet you're in Bent's right now or Seastone. It's St. Patrick's Day as I take this video. I am sending this off to College Park, Maryland. Thank you for coming. Thanks for being a real one, Charlie. Haley Hubner in Bethesda. This is for you. Thank you so much for coming, Haley. I appreciate it a ton. Alex Proventure. What's up, dude? Thank you for being a real one. You're the reason that I recorded Montgomery County. Otherwise, I would not have recorded it. So thank you so much. I'm glad you like that song. Also, thank you for knowing the words to Jersey Girl. I'm sending this off to Columbia, Maryland. You're a great guy. Reed speaks very highly of you. People think the world of you. So I appreciate you, Probe. Thanks so much, brother. All right, this is to Zachary Calhoun Turpin, who I call Turpin. Turpin, I have a lot to say to you, and I know the statute of limitations has expired, but I don't think it's appropriate for me to say them on camera. But I want to thank you in all of fall 2019. Thanks you. You made us... you turned sheep into lions. You shepherded us and guided us, and you made us all become men when we were just some kids. And we really appreciate that. I really appreciate that especially. Yeah, I'm honored that you came. I know to you, you're just like, yeah, of course I'm going to come. Like, but to me, it means a lot. You're a mythical figure in my mind. You're a larger-than-life figure in my mind because of the contribution that you've had on my life. So thank you so much for coming, for bringing your girlfriend, and for bringing Tom. Tom Blair, this letter's for you. Both of you have inspired me and inspired a lot of the younger guys. And we look up to you, and you guys are class acts for coming to my show on a Wednesday night when you didn't have to. That's just real as hell. So I'm proud to have you guys as my brothers. I'm proud I've been inspired by y'all. Cause Latet from Chad, number 383. All right, this is to Johnny Bonato. Johnny B, former Maryland Terrapins wide receiver. Johnny B, you taught me a lot. Hope you're still running the Murph. I'm glad you like Alaska. I'm glad you like Don't Catch Me If I Fall. I'm honored that you put them on your playlist. I need to write some more pro-America Toby Keith style songs to really get into your playlist, and I will, but it's just a matter of getting them done. Yeah, Johnny B, thanks for everything you taught me. Thanks for being a role model to me and my brothers. Like I said, I mentioned your family a lot, but I'm proud to have been a Frick amongst a Bonato, and I just been staying out of the shed, man. So I'll keep staying out of the shed if you, as long as, until time expires, I guess. I'll keep staying out of the shed. But Johnny B, thank you so much for coming, for everything you've done for me. Hold on. I feel like I might have done, All right, my bad. Michaela Terminello, K-Town, Maryland. This is for you. I don't know why I didn't put a stamp on it. I thought I had this from the last section. Michaela, thank you so much for coming. You are the greatest. Brett Frick, my brother. Brett, a lot I want to say to you. I'm so glad that I was home when I was home because I got to spend a lot of time with you. I mean, I could go on and on about you, Reed and Cam, and how important y'all are to me, but specifically in this instance, like I said, you brought all your friends, and that's the only reason I was able to sell out a show. I wouldn't want to be Chad Frick if I didn't have Cameron Frick or Reed Frick or Brett Frick. You guys are part of me. I am who I am because of y'all. I am doing what I'm doing and seeking to inspire because I want to inspire you all to pursue your passions and do something meaningful and maybe make people sing and dance along the way. You guys are the realest. You've always been mature and responsible and thoughtful, and you're very well respected. And if you weren't, then I wouldn't have been able to sell that show, like I said. So thank you for being you, for being Brett. Thank you for being on the cover. Thank you for being in the skit. Same to you, Cameron and Reed. Thank you for being on the cover of the album. Thank you for being in the skit. You guys are my boys. I love you. I died for you. You know that. Yeah. Maddie Kirkland. I was also with you at the Stews when Trump almost got assassinated. Very eventful day. Thank you for listening to my music. Thank you for listening to Break Down My Door, especially. I know that one's your favorite, and I'm honored that it's your favorite. For anyone who likes cooking, Maddie Kirkland is an excellent cook. Thank you for hosting me for dinner a couple times, Maddie. I would like everyone to check out Made by MK on TikTok. That's at Made by MK. She has very good recipes, and the ASMR, the sounds are just as pleasant as the recipes. So Maddie, thank you so much for listening to my music, and thank you for being who you are and being such a great person. I think very highly of you, as I do Lauren, and I'm very glad to have you in my life. Peyton Fitzpatrick, what's up, dude? I think you're in China as I'm writing this. Thank you so much for bringing your friends to the show. Thank you so much for being there for me and my brothers as we grew up. We grew up with y'all, and I have so many childhood memories in Dewey Beach. trying to catch some waves. But you've been a champion of my music. It was great to see you at Starboard this summer, and I already mentioned that your mom was at the show as well, and Devin was there. Devin, thank you so much again for coming. I've heard that you will be beginning a musical career of your own, and I am excited to see where it goes. I believe in you. I know you're great and that you can be even better. So keep playing guitar, keep singing, and I hope that I see you play in Dewey this summer. This is 2025, so summer 2025, I expect to see you at your first gig in Dewey Beach, Delaware. But thank you both for supporting me. You guys are awesome. Stand-up guys. I think very highly of both of you. Your mom did a great job. Your dad did a great job. You guys are great. So thank you, Payne and Devin. Shout out to Elon. Megan Conger. Megan wasn't there. I thought I stamped this as well. Megan, thank you for... I definitely did. Maybe I wrote you two. I'll look back, but not stamp this just in case. Megan was not there, but Megan made her Instagram caption, listen to Chad Frick's album, which is crazy. Her whole Instagram caption was listen to Chad Frick's album. So Megan, thank you so much. Thanks for listening to Mary and liking all the songs. You are a great person. You've always been a great person. You were a senior when I was a freshman in high school. You were always a good role model, someone to look up to, and you still are. You're still inspiring. So thank you so much for inspiring, and thank you for supporting me. And yeah, I appreciate it, Megan. Okay, so those were the 10 that I said before the camera cut out, and these ones I haven't stamped yet. Kirchners, what's going on? Thank you so much, Katie and Bobby, for coming. I can't thank you enough. I'm honored to be a part of the Kirchner family by extended blood. So thank you both so much for coming, and I'm glad you were there. Morins, Mr. Morin, you were the first person to arrive at the venue. I am honored. I will never forget that. I'm very glad that you were there. It was great to meet both of you this year at Brett's baseball games. I'm glad that my parents have friends like y'all. I'm glad to have friends like y'all. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for supporting me. The McDonoughs. Oh, man, Mr. and Mrs. McDonough. Y'all are great. You know it. Everyone knows it. Thank you so much for, especially Brett, but for all of us, you've inspired and given us good advice. All of your kids are exceptional. Molly, Jack, Patrick, Charlotte, I think highly of your whole family. I know that you're exceptional parents because of how outstanding your children have turned out, and just your character speaks for itself. I'm very, very glad that you were there. I'm very glad to have you as family friends. I can't wait to have Molly sing on the track with me. One of these days, Molly, we will get in the studio together. And thank you all for inspiring me and just for being yourselves, McDonoughs. Thanks for coming. Senko family, Mr. and Mrs. Senko, thank you so much. I will see y'all in Dewey Beach, Delaware. Y'all are the best. I'm glad that my parents know y'all. Conses, Mr. and Mrs. Cons, thank you so much. I hope that if you can skip, I want you to skip to hear me talk about Garrison because I think so highly of Garrison, and I know that he is who he is because of who you are. So thank you so much for being in my life for so long and for being so good to my parents and for all of you being so good to my family. Mr. Cons, I know that your college local band was Dave Matthews Band, and that's the coolest thing ever. I hope that one day some of these college kids that were on my show will say, yeah, my college band was the Chad Frick Band, with as much zeal as someone who went to UVA can say about Dave Matthews Band. But Conses, thank you so much for coming. Gerald family, I've spoke about you already. John and Lindsay were there as well. Mr. and Mrs. Gerald, thank you so much for believing in me, for supporting me. Thank you for coming to the Good Counsel, seeing me play Good Counsel as well. Y'all are awesome. All of your kids are awesome. I think very highly of you. I know John and Lindsay the best, but Lauren and Haley too have always been great and well regarded, and y'all did a great job parenting and living. I'm sorry, I think it was a prank, but I know the story of Cam like took your chicken's eggs and pretended to break them. Thanks for having a good sense of humor about that. But Gerald, thank you for coming. Rita, thank you. I didn't write your address yet, Rita, but there you are. thank you for being such a good friend of my mom. Thank you so much for coming and supporting me. You don't have to. You didn't have to, but you did. And I'm honored and grateful that you did. Mrs. Tiffany Albina, this letter is for you. Thank you so much for coming, for being there, for having a good time, for dancing. And I'm very glad you came. Thank you, Mrs. Albina. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Ooh. Hold on. Okay, whoa. Miss Chris Stewart. Miss Stewart, thank you so much for being there. For being so good to my mom, for inspiring her. Drew is among my closest of Brett's friends, and I am glad that he is. He's a very stand-up young guy, and that's because of how you raised him. So thank you so much for being there and for supporting me, and I'm supporting you as well. So thank you, Miss Stewart. Mrs. Patty Perfetto. Miss Perfetto, you are well regarded in the Good Counsel community as one of the nicest, greatest, kindest, most courageous and compassionate people that has ever walked the face of this earth. I think the exact same of you, and I want you to know that. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being there in El Salvador. Thank you for caring about my family. Thank you for what you've given to the Good Counsel community. It wouldn't be what it is if you weren't who you are. So thank you so much, Mrs. Perfetto. Sandy Pierce, thank you for coming to the show. I know Naya was there too. Thank you both for coming. I hope you had a good time, and I'm very glad that you were there. Thank you, Sandy Pierce. Mrs. Pierce, I should say, sorry, I shouldn't say Sandy. Howards. I go deep in this letter, Howards. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But Mike and Susie, thank you so much. You've been there since before I was born, of course. Man, I wrote you a good letter. I'll just save it for the letter. But Mike and Susie, thanks so much for, man, everything. Good Counsel to Providence. I know you're disappointed that I didn't go to Providence. I think I said it here. Yeah, I made a joke in here about the song If I Seem Afraid is about me being fearful that my parents would disown me if I didn't go to Providence College. But that didn't happen, so thank you, Mike and Susie, for coming. Mrs. Beatrice Hanson. All right, Mrs. Hanson. You were there in September on your birthday for my show in Ellicott City. And I will never forget that you were there for your birthday and that you are a generous, loving member of the Good Counsel community. I'm so honored, again, that you came in September for your birthday. I'm also honored that you came in December, but on your birthday just means so much to me. And I thank you. I won't forget your birthday. And you're the best. Thank you so much. Like I said about Mrs. Perfetto, you have made Good Counsel what it is. I know you've been there and your family's been there for so long. And thank you. That's really all I can say. Thank you so much. Yeah. Who's next? The Keefs. To the Keefe family, thank you for coming to the album release party. It was great to meet you this past baseball season. We got to talk about automation and Malcolm Gladwell and things that are too smart for me. But I appreciate you including me in the conversations. No, but it really was great to meet y'all, and I'm glad my parents have y'all as friends. I'm glad that you were able to support me and come. That's so nice. And thank you, Keefs. Y'all are great and fun, and I hope that I'm as youthful and energetic and as smart as y'all when I'm your age. So thank you for coming. John and Amy Ciccone, thank you so much for coming. I felt very loved and very appreciated by all of Good Counsel that day, and I really have throughout this whole journey. I feel like Good Counsel is behind me and supporting me, and that is, Good Counsel is the reason that I am who I am, and I need to thank y'all for picking up and coming, supporting me, being there in El Salvador, being there in December. You didn't have to, but you did, and I'm honored that you did. Good Counsel, the motto is the loving good person, even alone, can make a difference. That was from 2015 to 2019 is when I went to school there, and I thought that every day when I went there, and I still believe it now. And I am trying to be that thoughtful, loving, good person, make a difference. But I don't want to do it alone. And I believe that you can do it alone, but I have no intentions to. I think it would be much more powerful if we do it together. And I am honored that you and Good Counsel support me. So thank you, John, Amy, for coming. And thank you to Good Counsel High School. Saul Kelds, thank you for coming. I am so glad that y'all came. And y'all's living situation, your houses, is my dream situation with my brothers. I tell this to Reed every time I drop them off at Sean's, or when I drop them off at Jack's. But yeah, I'm glad to know y'all, proud to know y'all, and thank you so much for listening to my music, for singing along, for being there, and for having such great kids. Thank you. The Saul Kelds. Jen Gentili, Mrs. Gentili, I think I do mention it in here about, let me see if I wrote about it. I don't think I did actually, but I'll say it here. You know, I said it when Alexis came up. Cam throwing eggs at your house. Sorry about that. He didn't consult me, and obviously if he consulted me, I would have advised against it. But it's a good story now. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for supporting me and for being so good to my mom, so good to my family. You are awesome. I always enjoy talking to you, and I look forward to seeing you soon, Ms. Gentili. Robertsons. Oh man, the Robertsons. The Robertsons. So much to say about the Robertsons. No, thank you so much for being there. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are the best. I have been rooting for Villanova secretly for years just to appease you, and I'm finally admitting it here on camera. Hope that satisfies you. But Robertsons, thank you so much for coming. Calluses, Mark and Katie, y'all are the best. Always have been, without a doubt. Mark Minuteman Press was always the coolest chaperone to have at the St. E's dances. And man, I just love y'all. Y'all built me to into who I am. You, Andrew, and Emma just have always been there for me and always been great friends. And I'm very proud to have the Calluses in my corner, and know I'm always in the Callus corner. Beck family, Mr. and Mrs. Beck, thank you so much for coming. The whole fam was there, and that is incredible to me. I am man, got a lot. You were a good CYO coach, Mr. Beck. You were a great host when I came to your, great CYO coach, Mr. Beck. Both of you were great hosts when I would always come to your house after school. You drove me around a lot. You fed me a lot. You let me sleep in your basement a lot. And I owe y'all tremendously. Thank you so much. I always have a good time seeing y'all, and always have a good time with Daniel as well. So, Bex, thank you so much for coming. Mr. and Mrs. Gailey, thank you so much for being there. I'll talk about it in the letter, but I have so many memories of me and Bryce running around in Bethany and in Rockville. Thank you for all the RBBA and CYO games that you carted me around to. Y'all have always supported me, and Bryce has always been a great friend of mine, and I cannot thank you enough, Mr. and Mrs. Gailey, for coming. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Mr. Bricker, Craig Bricker, this letter is for you. Thank you so much for recording the song Montgomery County on your phone. The song is like 9 minutes long, so I know that was your arm must have been getting tired. But thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for supporting me. I appreciate it, Mr. Bricker. Thank you so much. Mahoney's, oh man, I got a funny story. So I know that when I would come over to your place, sleeping over with Quinn. One time Quinn was like, I think we must have been like 10, and this is when Quinn had 2 beds in his bedroom, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna let you switch beds because I have a Tempur-Pedic in this one, and this might be the only time that you ever get to use a Tempur-Pedic. And I was like, why would this be the only time that I ever sleep in a Tempur-Pedic? So we switched beds. I got to sleep in a Tempur-Pedic. And Quinn was right. That was the only time that I ever have slept in a Tempur-Pedic bed. So that happened in the Mahoney house. Thank you so much, both of you, for coming. Mr. Mahoney, I talk about it in this letter, but in the CYO days, you always encouraged me to take the mid-range jumper. I am glad that you still respect that art form. I do too. I appreciate you inspiring me to take it and to take more shots. So thank you both for coming. I appreciate y'all so much. Always great to see y'all. The Warches. Let's see which Warches this is. All right, this is to the Chris and Maureen Warch family. Jake, Taylor, Matthew, Bryant, Brittany. Man, there is no Fricks without the Warches. And I would not want to be a Frick without the Warches. Y'all have done so much for me. Mr. Warch, you've given me such great advice over the years. Mrs. Warch, you've been so nice to invite us and everyone into your home for so many years, for so long. You're always the most hospitable people, and I hope to be as hospitable as y'all are when I am an adult. I think it's so cool, Mr. Warch, that you and Prude are co-workers. I know you're his boss, but in my head, y'all are co-workers. And y'all are great people. Everyone knows that. Everyone thinks so. Y'all raise great kids. Jake is one of my close friends, as you know. I hope to do great things. I appreciate y'all inspiring me, caring about me. And this is not the end. This is only the beginning of the Warch Frick Alliance. And I'll see y'all this summer, probably at Crab Cake. So thank you, Warches. Oh, man. I feel like I'm losing my voice, which I apologize for. Oh, man. Mr. and Mrs. Howley, thank you so much for coming. Thank you also for coming to the show at Gigs in Kensington. I'm so glad I got to see y'all. Mr. Howley, you've always been a great CYO coach and mentor to all of us. And I just feel really honored to have y'all supporting me. I'll talk about it in there, but I'll tell the story as well of how I ended up at St. E's, and I'm sure you've heard this from my parents before, but when I was 5, Spadoni was going to let me start kindergarten earlier. They were like having a meeting to see if I could start kindergarten early, so my mom had Cameron and Reed as little ones running around the playground before I went in for the meeting at St. E's, and my mom wanted to bring them in, but knew that it would like be bad if they were running around in the meeting. So there were 2 kids who were probably, it must have been in 2nd grade or 1st grade, who were hanging with my brothers. They were like, "Oh my God, don't worry, like, you can go inside, we'll just hang out with them, like, we'll make sure they're good, you don't have to worry." And my mom sent me to St. E's because those 2 kids were so nice. Those 2 kids were Joe Butler and Joe Halley. So thank you for raising great kids. John as well is my boy. But I just want to tell you all that story in case it's been a while since you heard it. Thank you, Halleys, for coming and for supporting me. Mr. Griggs, Mrs. Griggs, it was great to meet you this baseball season for Brett and Curtis. I am glad that you came to the Gigs show in Kensington. The Griggses were at the Gigs. Oh, nice. And glad we got to talk about Back to the Future, Mr. Griggs. Thank you both for supporting me. Like I said, I'm glad that my parents have young, spry friends like you. And I know it's coming to an end, the Good Counsel baseball days, but I hope that y'all being friends with my parents does not come to the end, and I hope that I get to see y'all again because y'all are fun and I love hanging out with y'all. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for coming, Mr. and Mrs. Griggs. Oh, man, back to the kids. My boy C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez. What's happening, brother? I Shy. This is for you. Thank you for being front row. You, Carter, and Brett were there all night yelling, cheering, singing along. You're a great dude. Thank you for letting me play at that Good Counsel tailgate. I showed up like an idiot because it was country themed. Excuse me, dressed like an idiot, not like an idiot. Just dressed like one. And, yeah, you let me play. And I'm honored, man. I appreciate it, C-Rod. You're a real one. And you're one of the funniest dudes I know. So thanks for all the laughs. And I'll see you soon, brother. Sophie Woodward, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you being there. I don't have your address yet, but I'll get it. And, of course, you'll get this letter. To Linda and Austin Namick, thank you for making the trek from rural Virginia. From the lake. I am proud to have you as my family. I'm proud to have you supporting me. Thank you so much for being there. Hope I see my boy Nick soon. Of course, everyone, but especially my boy Nick, as you know. And thank you so much again. I'll see y'all soon. Theo Pollock, my boy, my St. E's shooter. Thanks so much for coming. I'm glad that you were there. I'd love to see you again. Talk about the St. E's days, St. E's track team, playing baseball, Pittsburgh Pirates, which I wasn't on, but you were. You're a great guy. Oh my God, dude. I apologize, but like a mosquito. Here, I'll blur out your address. Mosquito landed on your envelope here. So there's a little bit of blood, but maybe it's I don't know. Maybe that's cool. I don't know if I'll send this. I might just get you a whole new envelope. But Theo, thanks for coming. Kaylee Murray, thank you so much for coming. I'm glad that Austin brought you. I should have put y'all's letters together, but I'm looking forward to having you get this. And I think that you're the last one, Kaylee. So, yeah. I hope you heard me shout out the UMD cheerleading and dance teams before I sang the song Dance, Dance, Dance. Kaylee, thank you so much for coming. And I suppose I should wrap this up now. I have many more people than that to thank. And I've been reflecting a lot on this journey. I feel like it kind of, you probably heard me say that, I feel like it happened on accident. I kind of just, would go home, write in my journal, write songs, write poems, and then one day woke up and realized, oh my gosh, I have an album. And the Teddy Roosevelt Manning the Arena speech, I think of it every day. And I realized that it wouldn't be, I wasn't serving myself if I didn't take the risk and put them out there. And the risk has been paying off so far. I am grateful for all the support I've had. They say it takes a village, and I have a village, and that's an incredible privilege that I don't take lightly. I'm very grateful to everyone who supports me, who knows me, who cares about me, who cares about my music, who believes that I will succeed. I just want to thank you for believing. I know that I can only get so far alone, and I didn't get here alone, so I know I won't get any farther alone. And I'm very grateful. I hope this doesn't come off as too stream of consciousness, because it is off the cuff, and I should have got a script and been more professional. But here I am, just an idiot wearing a suit in his backyard in Nashville, believing he can trace a dream, because y'all have given me reason to believe, and I want to honor that and make y'all proud, and I will do that. So thank you so much. I will keep saying thank you for the next 10 minutes if I don't cut the camera off now. If you are watching this and you did not receive a letter and you would like a letter, I would love to write you a letter to thank you for supporting me and thank you for believing in me. So just reach out to me, email, Instagram, YouTube. I think I'm going to post this on YouTube. I have to post this on YouTube because it's an hour long. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's it.